Today, Sunday, the 24th of August 2025, we have some handpicked event to share with you, which of course will be backed up by some stats and analytics to help you make your picks from the list to boost your winning by a greater percent. And I want to say congratulations based on yesterday's event, for the win rate was amazing. I want to say congratulations to you all. And to those of you especially who want to have access to our handpicked event with a very high win rate, which we share to members only in terms of goal probability, corner kick event, as well as straight win games to boost your winning and to make sure that you stand ahead of others, then you want to make sure to subscribe to the membership package plan, either level 2 Pro or level 3 Master, to have access to all of these features to take your win to the next height. To those of you who are interested, the link is below this video. We also provide top-notch tutorial classes reserved for members only, both for level 2 Pro and level 3 Master. It contains tutorials which show with you exactly how we find games to include in our sleep, live strategy for corner kicks and goal probability to make amazing win, how we find games to include in our sleep based on straight win event, and so on. These tutorials are for members. Once you join as a members of either level 2 or level 3, you're going to have access to different notch tutorial which you can use at your advantage to stand ahead of others. If you're interested and wanted to join, the link is below this video. Also, to add to all of this, we are coming out with another new series of release where we are going to be providing top 5 and top 10 odds to members only. These will start to be released very soon. So you want to make sure to join the membership package plan as well, so that when we provide to you top 5 or top 10 odds games events with the best match prediction based on handpick, you can also form your own base game match picks from the list of events we give to you with a high win rate. These will be processed or accessed by members only based on our top 5 or top 10 odds, which will be upcoming very soon. For you to join, to have this benefit, you want to join the membership package plan, level 2 Pro or level 3 Master, to have access to these features. This is a great announcement coming up very soon. So if you have not yet joined the membership package plan, it is time for you to now join and start to have access to all of these features. So without wasting time, let's look at the games we have to share with you today. And of course, the games of yesterday's were amazing. Congratulations. I will not want to share the event result with you because it's going to make this video to be very long. So I'll just go ahead to share the games we have for you today. Let's proceed with the first game on this list. Let's proceed. Looking at the first event, we are looking at China in the Super League. We are looking at Shanghai against Tianjin Jinmen Tiger. The home team, Shanghai, have proved to be very amazing in the recent event they've had. They had a game against Henan Sonnan. They beat it 4-1. Against Qingdao West Coast 2-2. Against Dilian Yingbo 3-0. The offensive strength wrestling the Super League itself have been very amazing. But if we look at Jinmen Tiger, on the other hand, they also concede very much with the weak defensive line. This is going to make the home team to take advantage of the weak defense of the away. And if we looked at the recent head-to-head they had, Shanghai played at home, it lead by 5-0. This time it is still having a good form and they are coming again to meet. If we look at the stand performance by comparing their strength, the home Shanghai proved to sit on the 5th place. They've had 5 games played, scoring 13, conceding 5. That's an average of above 2 goals scored per each event, and the defensive line is also better. But if we look at that of the away in terms of the recent event they've had, you will see that the away defensive line is not very good. They concede at least 2 goals in each game played, and of course they score only 4, giving advantage for the home to have high offensive strength as compared to the weak defense of the away. And of course, the home would therefore want to take advantage of the defensive line of the away team. We therefore expect at least 2 major picks in full time. For this particular event, everything being put in place, we expect, number 1, the home team to lead, and we also want to look at least 1.5 goal in this event in full time. Looking at the next, we looked at Sweden in the Division 2, Norra Civilan. We are looking at Viggbyholms against IK Franke. In this event, the performance of the home have proved amazing. In the division itself, they had a game against Sunesta, they beat it 2-1. Against Naka, they beat it 2-1. Against Uthai in the cup, 3-2. They have always scored at least between 1 to 2 and 3 goals in each game play. The opponent also, on the other hand, have also proved to be a good scoring team and also a good conceding team. Scoring 2, conceding 3, scoring 2, conceding 2, scoring 1, conceding 5, scoring 3, conceding 5. In fact, both sides are good at offense. If you look at the recent head-to-head they played, the home lead 4-0. This time they will also want to impress, and the home will still want to impress because they have a good form. So these two are coming again to meet, and they will try every way possibility to cause more shoot and enough target. If we now look at the stand performance and comparing the strength, the home team have proved to have great offense. They sit on the second place. They recently had 5-game 4 leads, scoring 14, conceding 5. Good offense, defense not very tight. The opponent also, on the other hand, in terms of the most recent event they've had, have proved it that its defensive line is not that very tight and the offense is also good. So both side offenses are very great and defense also on both sides are not also very tight. As a result, both sides want to impress, causing more shoot on and off target. So we're expecting at least 2 major picks here in full time. For this particular event, both of the two side offensive strength are good. Defensive line on both sides are not also very tight. So more shoot on and off target will occur. So we expect at least 1.5 or 2.5 goal to occur in this event in full time as our major pick. Looking at the next, we looked at Thailand in the League One. We're looking at Buriram against Uthai, Thani. In this event, the home Buriram have proved to have offensive strength, especially in the club friendly. Very amazing. Scoring 1, scoring 4, scoring 4, scoring 2. Offensive line, mostly in the recent game they've had in the CF itself, which is the club friendly, have proved very amazing. Scoring very high amount of goals. The opponent also, on the other hand, have proved that in the CF, they do also concede very much and they try to also score 3 goals to 1 goal in each game play with also high conceding strength. If we look here at the most recent event they just had in this same club friendly, what you are going to see that both of the two sides compete and score very high amount of goals, 4 against 3, a total of 7 were scored. This time they're coming again to meet and both sides will still want to impress. It is just the second round of this tournament which is just starting, you can see, and both sides will therefore want to impress, causing more shoot on and off target. As a result, we are still expecting at least 2 major picks here in full time. For this particular event, both of the two sides will still want to impress, and the recent gameplay they just had resulted to 7 goals. This time, they will still want to cause more shoot on and off target due to high impression rate, and this tournament is just starting. Therefore, we expect 1.5 or 2.5 goal to occur in this match in full time as our major pick. Looking at the next, we looked at Scotland in the SWL women. Of course, this time Celtic women against Hamilton. Celtic have proved to have offensive trend that is very amazing in the recent 2 games they've had, especially where they had 2 goals scored, 6 goals scored, and 2 goals scored, conceding 4 against Hibernia. The opponent, on the other hand, in fact, based on recent events, by the overall recent games they have just had, have proved that they also concede very much. If you see, based on the recent event of Hamilton, if you look at Hamilton, the defensive line is very weak. They concede very much. Conceding 2, conceding 3, conceding 2. In fact, defensive line on the away team is very, very poor. While that of the home offense have proved to be very amazing, even though they do also concede. So these two are coming to meet, and of course, impression rate will be high. If you look at the recent game they had in the Cup, Celtic play at the way it leads 6 against 0. This time, Celtic still have a very good form, and it is coming away. Both sides want to impress. And since this is just the second round of this tournament, both of the two sides want to impress, especially the home Celtic. Therefore, we expect at least 2 major picks here in full time. For this particular event, the home offensive trend have proved to be very amazing in recent events they've had. And since the defensive line of the way concede very much, therefore there will be the probability of goals. And the recent head-to-head also have proved that the home lead by 6 and the offensive trend is great. So we see expect, number 1, at least 1.5 goal in full time. Number 2, 2.5 goals in full time. This is our major pick for this event in full time. Looking at the next, we look at Greece in the Super League. We're looking at AEK Athens against Panserraikos. Athens have proved to have amazing strength in the recent event, especially in the Conference League, in the Europe Conference League, where they played against Aris, the lead 3-1. Against Beersheva, the lead 1-0. And against Omonia, the lead again. In fact, the offensive line, most events in the club friendly have proved to be very amazing. Scoring 4, scoring 2, 1, 1, and 3. That of its opponent, on the other hand, defensive line have proved that their defense are not very tight, where they concede 2, concede 1, concede 1. In fact, in each game played they've recently had, they have always conceded. And since the home is coming to meet this team with a very high offensive trend, you can see the recent head-to-head they just met. AEK Athens beat it 5-0. This time, Athens still have a very great form, and they are coming again to compete, and it is just the first round for this tournament in the Super League. And of course, we expect the home team to take advantage of its high offense to try to lead in full time. Therefore, we expect 2 major picks here in full time. Looking at this particular event, of course, we expect the home to take advantage of its high strength offense to lead as one of the major picks. We also expect at least 1.5 goal here in full time. Looking at the next, we looked at Greece in the Super League. We are looking at PAOK against AEL Larissa. It is the first round of this tournament. And if we look at the start performance of recent form of the home PAOK in the recent event they've had in the Europa League, in the Conference League, and in the club friendly, as well as in the Super League itself, have proved PAOK is very amazing. But if we look at that of Larissa, on the other hand, they have mostly had a game in the GC, which is in the Greece Cup, in the club friendly as well, and in the SL2, which of course they have had event mostly with the lower league teams, and they have proved to score as well. If we look at the recent very far back head-to-head between all of these teams, there have always been the probability of PAOK leading. You can see PAOK lead 3-1, PAOK lead 5-0, PAOK lead 1-0, PAOK lead 1-0, PAOK lead 2-1. In fact, the recent head-to-head in most of the events they have had, PAOK has always lead. And this tournament is just starting, and based on the performance rating of PAOK in the recent game played, we still expect it to take that chance. And you can see the straight lead odd is 1.28, and we want to expect still PAOK, since it's the first leg, to try every offense here to try in leading. So we're expecting at least 2 major PG in full time. For this particular event, most of the head-to-head, PAOK has always lead, and this tournament is just starting. PAOK will still want to impress to see how they can get better position on the league table. We still expect it to lead as one of the major pick, or at least 1.5 goal here in full time. Looking at the next, we looked at Iceland in the Besta Elite. We're looking at Nafuru against Vestmannaeyjar. In this event, the home offensive strength have proved to be very amazing, scoring 3, conceding 2, scoring 2, conceding 2, scoring 5. In fact, they are amazing in strength of scoring. They also do concede, but if we look at that of the opponent, the defensive line is really weak, conceding 1, 2, 2 in the recent gameplay. The home would therefore want to take advantage of that defense, which is weak. And if we look at the stand performance and comparing their strength, the home have proved to have amazing offensive strength. Scoring 13, conceding 5, offense is good, defense not very tight. The opponent, on the other hand, also have proved that though they go at away, you can see the defensive line is really weak and the offense is not that very strong. Therefore, the home want to take advantage of that, so we expect at least 2 major picks here in full time. For this particular event, we're expecting the home to lead. We're also expecting at least 1.5 goal here in full time. Looking at the next, we looked at Bolivia in the professional division. We're looking at Blooming against Universitario de Vinto. In this event, the home Blooming have proved to be very amazing in the recent event they've had. They had a lead against Always Ready, which is a very strong team. Against Buriram, they had a lead. Against Real Oruro, they still beat it. And of course, they are very amazing. If you look at Universitat, on the other hand, the defensive line is really weak and they concede very high amount of goals. If we looked at the recent head-to-head, Blooming lead by just 1 goal. This time, the offensive strength is great and have proved to be very offensive. If we look at the stand by the form, Blooming have proved to have offense that is good, at least 2 goals scored per each game played, and the defense is also tight. But the opponent, Universitario, on the other hand, have proved that the defensive line is weak, ready to concede. So we're expecting at least 1 to 2 major pick here in full time. For this event, we expect the home Blooming to lead in this event in full time, as well as the probability of 1.5 goal in full time. And to those of you who want to have access to all our hand-picked games, which are our favorite, and as well as our short picks, which you can use to boost your winning, then you want to make sure to join the membership package plan, either level 2 Pro or level 3 Master. We also provide top-notch tutorial classes to make you stand ahead of others and to take your win to the next height. Very soon also, we are going to start releasing our top 5 and top 10 odds, which members could benefit from it. You want to enroll to this feature so that you'll be able to access also our top 5 odds as well as our top 10 odd list, which of course you can re-edit to make your own base slip to boost your winning. These are for members only and you don't want to miss this chance. It is time for you to join the membership package plan to start having access to these features to always stand on the winning side. To those of you who are interested and wanted to join, the link is below this video. If you come here to the front page of our channel here, titled as the home tab, as you can see here, you're going to notice that we provide match predictions to members only. These are members only match prediction picks which we have handpicked based on our short pick and favorite events we share to members only. You can see based on our top 9, top 8, top 7, and we keep updating this area on a regular basis to give you the best handpicked events which you can use to boost your winning. To those of you who are interested to join, you want to make sure to join the package plan, either level 2 Pro or level 3 Master, to start having access to our handpick events, which you can see here to start taking your winning to the next height. Also, having access to our handpick event at the same time give you access to our top-notch tutorial classes. For example, if you enroll to the level 2 Pro membership package plan, you also have access to what we call the level 2 Pro classes. To do so, you just want to make sure to come to this area here that says playlist and click on the playlist section. Then you are going to see an area that says level 2 pro class. You want to make sure that you click on this area. Once you have had the membership package plan, you access the level 2 pro class. This will give you access to the live match corner kick strategy step by step, a simple trick to make consistent win, the never seen match prediction strategy, which will share with you how to find games to include in our sleep, the straight win and comeback strategy for you to use at your advantage, the tactical straight win and 2.5 goal strategy you can use at your advantage, and the 99% win rate strategy you can use for yourself. These are top-notch tutorial classes you can use. Once you join the level 2 pro class, you have access to all of these features, as well as at the same time having access to all our handpick events we share to members only to take your win to the next level. But if you subscribe to the level 3 master plan, then you want to make sure to come to this area that says level 3 master classes and click on this area. Once you come here, you're going to see that you have access to the level 3 master class. That will make you have access to the excellent corner kick strategy review step by step, the top secret AI tool we use to find games in terms of goal probability and straight wins, the game changer corner kick strategy that reveals the top secret site we use to find games to include in our sleep based on corner kicks, 6 amazing AI tools you can use at your advantage, the home and away win match prediction strategy step by step, and the 2.5 goal strategy you can use to beat the bookies and win even more. These are top-notch tutorial classes for level 3 masters that make you stand ahead of others to start taking your win to the next height. These are the levels of masterclass we have to share with you. You want to make sure that you enroll to either the level 2 pro class or level 3 master plan to have access to these features, while at the same time you also have access to all our handpick event on the home tab section, as you can see, based on our favorite and short pick, which we will update regularly for you to use at your advantage and take your win to the next height. Also, at the same time, we have some free video tutorials, which of course you can come to this area that says video and click on the video tab directly. Once you do so and try to access this area, you're going to see some of the bet strategy we have to share with you. Like, for example, the match prediction strategy for amazing winning. This is the second episode of it. And the more you scroll across this area, you discover even more tutorials which you can use for free at your advantage. I will just go ahead to share some few with you, which you can use as an example. For example, we have this one here, the best football soccer prediction app for this year that will amaze you. And if you scroll even more, you see another one here, the best football prediction website for this year, which you can use them effectively. We have shared exactly how you can use some of the prediction website at your advantage. And the more you scroll this area, you'll discover even more top-notch free tutorials, which you can also use at advantage and try to see how you can implement to boost your win strategy when it comes to match predictions. Moreover, I will share with you other recommended tutorials which are free that I would like you to watch. One of it, which of course I will scroll across this page to pinpoint it to you so that you make sure that you go ahead to watch it. It is free. One of it here is this particular one, which of course, let's try to scroll across this page to share it exactly with you. We have one here which we have titled as the top 5 soccer prediction apps being compared, where we have compared some of the features of some of the bet prediction app which you can use at your advantage. Now we have another one here which will title it as the expert tips for picking winning soccer matches. Here we revealed some of the tips which are termed as the expert tip, which you can use at advantage, as you can see here, to see how you can find some games to include in your sleep. Next, we looked at this particular one here, 5 hidden Sofascore features to make amazing wins or amazing win with your bet sleep. In this strategy, we have labeled some of the 5 hidden Sofascore features you never knew existed, which you can use at advantage and make some picks to include in your sleep. We have another one here, which we just published not far ago, titled as the 4 secret amazing tips for making bet picks to include in your sleep. We mentioned some of the pitfalls and some of the things you should avoid when it comes to match predictions, so that you are going to make the best handpick events or matches to include in your sleep to boost your winning. And that being said, these are some of the free tutorials you can have and watch for free to boost your handpick prediction event.